Introduction. My name is SDWJR, and you can find me on Instagram. That's SDWJR Instagram. You can go through my Instagram and see what I do. Apart from being a guy who is a JavaScript expert or a tutorialist. All right, guys. So welcome to JavaScript. JavaScript is actually my opinion. I love JavaScript, to be honest. I started off with JavaScript, and then I went over to store. Actually, yes, I did. No. C++ was what I actually started first doing, and then I went to JavaScript, and then HTML, CSS. So I'll teach you guys all the different programs. But I love JavaScript. I love JavaScript for one major reason. It's a program that I believe that once you learn and you really learn it fully well and learn it really good, it's opportunity out there, man. And JavaScript is just such that to me it just makes me want to code. Every time I open or I just get into JavaScript, it just make me want to be one of the greatest coder. Hands down. JavaScript I mean, you understand as you go on. It's just brilliant codes to learn. I love it to death. JavaScript is just the coolest to me, in my opinion. I like how it integrates, in HTML, CSS. It gave me the capability of making changes to CSS or HTML. That's powerful. And JavaScript works both in the cloud, both online and both offline. And JavaScript can be used as a back end and a front end at the same time. So if you learn JavaScript, you just learn both front end and back end. It's a brilliant program. But anyway, let's get into JavaScript. JavaScript introduction. JavaScript can change an HTML content. One of the many methods or is, it's not is or are. Many methods are using get element by ID. Get element by ID. It's one of the method that you can use to change an HTML content. And as we go on, you'll see the styles and all the stuff. It said, let's use this example to find an HTML element with an ID, Christ. And change the element content inner HTML to Jesus died for you. So this is what it's asking us to do. All right, this is what we're going to do, and then step by step we're going to move down. Because I really want you guys to fall in love with this program, like I do. And I'll make it more fun, and easy for you to do. So the first thing it's asking us to do is let's use this example to find HTML element with an ID, Christ, and change the element content in the HTML to Jesus died for you. So that's what we are going to proceed and do here, and make our learning quite easy. Welcome to JavaScript, guys. Welcome to JavaScript, guys. All right, so let's create our new thing here. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna say SDWJR, SDWSR. That's my pops. HTML. All right. Let's see there. Click on that. Where am I going to save that at? I'm going to save that to my desktop since it's a tutorial. I'm going to save that right there. There we have it. So I already created a HTML file. But here's another catch. I can go in here and create a JavaScript file. But I'm not going to create a JavaScript file because we are told to work in HTML. So that's where we're going to stay and work from there. Okay? But if I want to do JavaScript, I would say SDWSR.js, and that would be considered a JavaScript file. And I'll hit that right there. And then we have a JavaScript file right here. And I'm going to just go into here and say save as JS file on the desktop. And then we have it right here. So we got HTML file and a JS file. Move that right there. All right, so our question here is, let's go back to our question here. So at least we kind of know what it is. Our question here is saying, let's use this example to find an HTML element with an ID, Christ, and change the element content inside in the HTML to Jesus died for you. Okay. All right, so let's go into our program here. And we're gonna go to, so I'm gonna do shift and exclamation mark. So I'll do shift exclamation mark and I hit enter. Oh, shift exclamation mark, shift exclamation mark, enter, right? Yeah. So we do shift exclamation mark, enter, and it brings all our CS HTML code. You know, I mean, I can type this in mentally, memorize it, and put this in, but it's the quickest way of doing it. So you hit shift, shift together, shift, and the exclamation mark, and you press enter. All right. Let me just make a little changes here. I'm in the US. Good. All right. So the question is here for us to what? Go into our thing here and use the let's use this example to change an HTML element ID Christ and change the element name to Jesus died for you. All right. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna go into our body, and we're gonna go into H2. I create H2. Oh, sorry guys, H2. You see, the good thing with VS Code, all you gotta do is just type one syntax, and it does the rest for you. Okay, so I'll say who? Say what? I heard Jesus loves me. I heard Jesus loves me. So that is our H2 tag right there, right? All right, so we're gonna go down here. The main thing it wants to do, we're gonna say paragraph here. And in the paragraph, we're gonna do our ID. What's our ID? Our ID here, it says our ID is what? It's Christ. That's what it said with ID. So we are gonna give our paragraph an ID. All right. We're gonna give our paragraph here an ID equal Christ. Is Christ in a big case? Yeah, I think it is. We're gonna give our paragraph an ID. And we're gonna say here, because that's our ID. And we're gonna say Jesus died on the cross for me, for you, for me. Died on the cross for you, cross for you. Jesus died on the cross for you. And we're gonna keep that right in our paragraphs here. Content here, Jesus died in the paragraph for you, and now we're gonna come down here. I hope you guys getting what I'm saying, because we are paragraph. It says here in the questionnaire, we're gonna go here. It says, let's use this example to write an HTML element with ID. And we got the ID here. With ID, paragraph, right? With ID, Christ. All right, with ID. So let's use this example to find an HTML element. HTML element. The element we got here, what the HTML element here? P tag. It's the HTML element that we got here, the P tag. Let's go back here, go back down here. HTML element with ID, and change the element content. And change the element content to Jesus died for you. Matter of fact, let me copy this right here and paste it in the element content. Jesus died for you. In the element content, all right? So let's go here, go back here. And we come here. I love it. Button type equal button. And we go down here to click equal And that's the part here I will share with you guys eventually. A equal document that get element by ID. Get element by ID. So what is that ID? Did you guys remember what the ID was? The ID was Christ, right? That's the ID. And how we know, where do we find that ID? I'll show you. Christ. All right. Now we'll find the ID right here. And we can go back here and it tell us the ID right here. All right. Let's keep moving on, guys. All right. The inner the HTML equal. So now what did it says we should do with the inner? Oh, hold on. It said inner. I'm out here. Inner. What did it say in our question here? The example below, find an HTML element with an ID. No, and change the element ID to Jesus died for you. So that's what we're going to put in the inner here. In our inner here, that's what we're going to put, right? We're going to put that in there. Jesus died for you. Died for you. And we're going to close it. Click me. Click it. Or click me. You know, I'll put click me. And let's see where we are in terms of our questions. You know, I'm just bring this down here so you guys can see the full length of everything here. I'm just gonna bring this down here so you guys can see the full length of everything here because my screen's a little bit smaller. All right, good. So we got everything in here. All right, we got everything in place here. So our questions here, our H2 our HTML element, I heard Jesus loved me. It says we should insert our ID within a what? Within our HTML element. That's what we just did. Jesus died on the cross for you. Button, type, button. Now we are creating a button that you will be able to click that will tell you that Jesus died on the cross for you. So let's see here. See if we actually got everything running right here, open. A little bit of error here. Just a little bit of error here. All right. All right, a little bit of error here. Let's see what comes up here. Run that. I heard Jesus loves me. But you see a little bit of error here. A little bit of error there. Let's go here. A little bit of error here. But you know, that's what Jesus does when we fix. You know, he allows us to make mistakes. And then we can fix them. Error was right here. Let me go back. There's an error here. Then there's the error right here. So let's hit Command S and then go back here. Voila, there we have it. Jesus died on the cross for you. Click me. Jesus died for you. Let's go back. That's how we just created we just answered our first question. So it says right here, let's us use this example to find an HTML element with ID and change the element content to Jesus died for you. So change the element content, change the inner element content. So if we go back, into our VS Code. Oh, sorry guys. Go back in our VS Code. Go back here. Go back in our VS Code. Go back in our VS Code. Oh, hold on, man. What's going on here? Go back in our VS Code. I told you I have my VS Code open. All right, good. Sorry, guys. Go back in our VS Code. It says we what? Change the inner